The track is called Novi Sad because I really love Serbia. I really love Novi Sad, apparently. It's an amazing city. I had a gig this March there. It was around 4,000 people in a sport hall. It was a great experience. I didn't expect that, and it's just like a amazing crowd, amazing place. The food over there is amazing, and when I went to the studio, I said I need to do a track called Novi Sad, and here it is. Basically, I took samples from Elastic thing, was a Balkan series of sample cities, and it was actually really easy, because actually quite too easy, because they recorded everything separately. So you had on there like a bass line, like a proper riffs, like trumpet riffs, like rhythm section. Everything was on there, you know. It was just too easy, you know. But the sample sounded so cool, and I like it. I like to use samples. If it sounds good, I don't care. You know, I'm gonna use it in my track. And when I was thinking about Novi Sad, about the culture in Serbia and how the things are there, this track was perfect. This sample was perfect for it. You know, and of course, a lot of people will recognize their national instruments in the track. I guess not a lot of people, techno people, likes these sounds in there, but it's in Serbia. But it's a native thing. Let's hear it. Always you need to have a big intro for DJs who can't mix, just in case. In Serbia, you have a lot of music like this. Actually, it's their national music, so you have tons of hours of sampling possibilities over there. Because, yeah, this is what they play in all the kafanas, we say, in their bars. You go to their bars, obviously not with a house beat and loops, but they play music like this on the streets, everywhere, you know, like big festivals, big artists are using the same kind of things, you know. So it's really common over there, you know. Even like a lot of people are saying, like, "Oh, okay, this has been done, you know, before with the samples like this." Yeah, but of course, you know, it's like it's their national music. It's like something completely normal over there, and there's a lot of material to sample. Actually, the bass line on this track was really shitty, honestly, and I had a lot of problems to get it out properly, because yeah, it's a sample, and not all samples are really good. So sometimes you need to do the magic to put it out. But now let's first find the bass line. I have a big problem because I never name my tracks, you know, so then I'm always lost. So it might take a second to find it. Here's the bass line. And basically what it is. It's actually, again, a drum thing. It's so funny because what I do is sometimes, for example, here it's like the whole track, and when you filter up, it's quite muddy. I wouldn't use that. You notice by yourself it's a bit different. It's not so present. But then again, it has this house feel because house records were all like sampled. You know, a lot of them were really sampled, and they have this dirty bass sound. And this is because they just sampled the whole track, and they put a filter on it, and then put a bass drum in on top of it, and then it was done, the bass line and the bass drum. And this is a similar approach. And it has, of course, it has a completely different feel. The whole track has a completely different feel to my other stuff. But as I said before, I do different thing. It's not only like a dark techno or like proper techno. Sometimes I do more housey stuff. I like it, you know. So this is the bass line. The drum bass line. Let's see what else is there. Again. As you might notice by now, I'm a big Waves fan. Huge. This is a cowbell.
So these are little details there.
This is one loop. Oh, this is a must-have machine. It's a SPL Transit Designer thing. Actually I have it in back there. I have it as a hardware. And what it does is it does this. It cleans all the shit in the loops, and I really love it. Like lately, I use a lot of old school house samples, like rhythm samples, which are really muddy, and everything is really dirty. But with this thing, you just keep the important attack drum things, and you just clean it out. You know, like it's amazing. You know, you can adjust sustain on a drum sound, actually on everything. So if you have a track or a loop or anything which is really muddy, you can use this SPL Transit Designer, and immediately it's gonna sound more modern. And it's so funny when I use like 3 or 4 loops at the same time, like an old school thing. You slice it up with this. With the sustain, so everything is more shorter, and immediately sounds more precise and modern. So it was like old school loops, do it in a modern way, and it sounds fresh, you know. I could use on this one as well, for example, but I left it. For example, it's absolutely amazing machine. It comes so handy.
Great for techno as well, because it kind of brings everything.
Yeah, you can do whatever, you know. It's like it's a sustain thing on anything. You can just shorten the sounds, and it's so clear, especially in this minimal era which was going on for years. You know, everything was so precise and clinic, and now you can get a house record which sounds so clinic and precise, and it's amazing. So go and buy it. It's going to be one of the best buys you've done. Again, you can hear the loop. So this is the loop before and after. Yeah, the Waves guys are just amazing, and I'm not just doing them for big promotion, but their products is so cool. Especially the signature series that they do right now. It's so easy to use. It's like for everyone, even for those guys who don't have a clue how to work with music. You just press those presets. They've done it for you already, you know. Of course, I'm always like doing things and adjusting and doing it my way. But like they are just amazing. If you can afford They're really expensive, but if you can afford waves, I would recommend it's going to be your Best Buy. I bought like so many different limiters from Sony to, I don't know, Finis to I don't know what else is in there, but like the Best Buy, if I would have to choose the company that I would produce that I would use their virtual outboard would be Waves. They are just one of a kind, and sounding so professional and so tight and so good is wow. Again, from like this minimal techno era, the approaches how to produce sounds were a bit different, and my favorite synth at the era was Fav, and this is actually it's quite old synth. I mean, old few years, because in software everything comes like all the news are coming weekly, so this is why I'm saying old. So basically what this synth had that not a lot of synths had before is that you could adjust LFO to pitch, but I mean a lot of synths has that and it's normal, but the different thing is here you have this LFO thing where you can just move actually the wave, you know, the start point of the wave, and what they've done is you could mix two different waves and then assign it to pitch, and all these crazy synth lines that everybody was asking, like how they do this, how they program it. You don't program it, you do it with a LFO thing. So what you do, you just write a note. Dun, dun, dun. You can choose the different waveforms of the sound. Here you go, you have a bassline immediately. It's funny, for example, here we have even a delay. That means you can choose when the LFO starts effect on pitch. You can adjust the second LFO as well. Sync it. And we almost got the Benny Benassi sound randomly. let's put a little bit of reverb for Benny. We can have really cool feedback. Actually, so yeah, this was my favorite machine for a while. I was using it in all my tracks like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, because it's all these crazy bass lines and the sounds. It's just so easy to make them in here. But of course, if you don't try it, you will never know how those sounds are made. And you can sit in a chair at home and just like, wow, you know, how did they make this? You know, it's so easy. These days, I'm using a lot of samples. The whole scene got a bit more houseier, even techno got a bit more houseier on one hand, the other one went really dark. And all these synthesizers, I love them. I used to work with them a lot, but I guess I'm just sick of doing these things. You know, I tried every possible thing, and I'm sure I'm going to be back in a year or two using synthesizers. But I'm sure that really cool programmers all over the world will surprise us, and they're going to do some amazing new synthesizers, amazing new ways to approach the music, new ways to approach the sounds and everything. This is how this crazy oscillating sound, you know, came into use because programmers did it. You know, it's actually they give us a choice, you know, how to use the synthesizer. So I hope there are smart guys there programming something special and new for us. As well, I would really love to mention Reactor, which is for me absolutely the biggest thing in electronic music. Why? Because you can easily download 2,000 or more ensembles where you can find any kind of synthesizer you need. Even I use them even in my DJ sets as a effect machine. So go there, buy Reactor, and then just go online, and then you can download all these nice compressors, reverb, synthesizers. And the other thing is, you can, if you're enough of a geek, you can do it by yourself. You can sit down and you can program your own synthesizer or any other plugin, and then you can post it on a forum, so I can download it and use your one.